Final notice to Lara Croft, a current tenant of premises. This is to serve as your final notice for the purposes of terminating your ownership of Croft Manor. You are required to immediately vacate and surrender possession of said manor to Atlas de Mornay, executor of estates.
Lara, it is unfortunate that you have forced my hand in this matter, but so be it. As you know, your parents appointed me executor of the estate in the event of their absence. Since your mother disappeared, her death was never technically declared. And given the circumstances surrounding your father's death, it's no surprise that he never drafted a formal last will and testament to account for this circumstance. Unfortunately, you have no legal claims to the estate. I'm willing to negotiate a modest monthly stipend from your trust, but only if you leave the manor by week's end. Don't fight me on this, Lara. Your mother wouldn't want that. Sincerely, Atlas.
There has to be a will or some kind of evidence of what happened to Mum in the manor, somewhere. Dad's safe.
Welcome back, adventurers, to another episode of Rise of the Tomb Raider. You didn't see that coming, did you? We are in Croft Manor, and they want to take us. They want to take it from us. So we have to solve that riddle too. And as in the old Tomb Raider games, yeah, we look at the manor, of course. And we are going through that, and we will, hopefully, rescue it, right? I mean, we have to keep it. That's the home of Lara, where she has her gym, where she always practices.
The library.
Okay, so we have to find all the documents and things and find out what's happening here, and we're searching for the will of her father. Let's listen to that.
Well, this is a hell of a thing. I met someone tonight quite unexpectedly. But it shouldn't have been, it seems. I've been so buried in my work, so distracted by my latest revelations, I never bothered to notice my surroundings. But there she was, sitting at my table in the library. Her name is Amelia, and apparently she's been studying right next to me. Art history, of all things. I shared some of my research against my better judgment, but I wanted to see how she would respond. And she did not disappoint. I felt as if I was suddenly engaged in a mental game of chess, moving and counter-moving in argument. At one point, that poor old librarian had to shush us as if we were children. I feel so foolish for not having noticed her earlier. She's a brilliant woman who's challenged my ideas for the first time in memory. In truth, I don't know if she's feeling as exhilarated as I am right now, but I dare say our conversation was mutually stimulating. For the first time in a long time, I find myself thinking about something else besides my research. I hope she returns for another round tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. That is...
My parents made a good team, challenging each other from the start.
So that's the story how they met. Lord Croft and her mother. What's that?
Dad would have liked me to go to Oxford, but I insisted on UCL. Yep, looks real. Roth once offered to forge me a fake diploma to show Dad.
Okay, so Lord Croft was at Oxford, of course. What's in there? Films. Hey, can we watch them? Why is she just opening? I want to watch the films. That's so cool. Nothing here. What's that?
This is probably my grandfather, Benjamin.
Benjamin Croft. It's not on there. Handsome guy.
A picture with Dad and Anna.
Oh,
Never
great.
liked wearing dresses, but the color was nice.
Oh, bit much. Okay. Cool. Apart from it being Anna. Ooh, what's that?
One of Dad's Yoruba masks. A gift from a friend he met on an expedition in Nigeria.
Uh-huh. So he was in Nigeria. Ooh. Who is that? Do not know. A journal? Is that a map?
Dad's map of the forgotten cities of northern Syria. He was closer than he knew to finding the Prophet's tomb.
Oh, that's where we have been in the beginning. That table. Oof. That looks terrible. Okay, we cannot open the safe yet. We need, I think, a combination for that. What is it? Numbers, right? So if we encounter any numbers... Yep, it's numbers. Okay.
I finally introduced Richard to the family. It went precisely how I imagined. Icy but polite grace from Mother, indifference and disinterest from Father, and thinly veiled contempt from Atlas. Of course they don't approve. To them, Lord Croft is the man who took away their beloved daughter and ruined her long-standing engagement, though I was never going to marry that repugnant Earl of Farringdon anyway. One might think they would be happy that I was being courted by a genuine lord of the realm. It just happens to be Richard Croft. In their eyes, the man who single-handedly ruined a once great family. But there's nothing to be done now. Watching how Richard dealt with their subtle insults and disrespect. Such grace and calm. I know he did it for me. But I think I'm falling in love with this man. It will break my mother's heart, but I cannot live the life she imagined for me. My time with Richard has only made this clearer.
It's funny that she's falling in love with him afterwards. I thought they were already together when she introduced him to her parents.
It must have been hard for Mum to go against her family's wishes. I'm glad she did.
Okay. So there was something? Oh, can we sit? I want to sit. No, I can't.
My birthday crown. I was so proud of that thing.
Oh, that's sweet.
That's my handwriting. My penmanship was pretty good.
What is it? The treasure of the ancients. The crown or what? That's cute. Okay. Anything else? I think I could open that, yes. Nothing in there. Ooh, a book.
Dad's book about immortality myths might be useful in my research.
Can I read it? I can't. Okay. Oh, those pictures. Let's investigate the safe.
Needs a combination.
Yeah.
It's got to be in Dad's papers somewhere.
Yep.
Maybe in the library.
Let's do things we couldn't do when he was still alive. Okay. What's that? That's the library.
This is the map I made for my first expedition with Dad. It shows a path to the library through the servants' passages.
So we cannot open the door, or what? So we get out and then through the walls and to a staircase into the, I don't know, wine cellar maybe? And then up again through the death triangle. But it's not a triangle. And into Egypt. No, to the Egyptian books. There's a cemetery in the house? Ooh, wow. Uh-huh. Okay. Does that mean it's closed? Yeah, of course.
Locked. There's got to be another way through.
An
That's
Ankh?
artifacts from the Nile Valley. I always loved looking at these. Dad became interested in immortality myths after his expeditions to Egypt.
Ooh. Okay. Nothing else here. I think that's the passage, right? Oh, that's the passage. Look at these hands. First, we look around here. Fireplace. Everything is so rotten. Can't you afford a housekeeper? What's in there? Nothing. Come on. Oh, a map. A map. No, that's her backpack. Her iconic backpack. Uh-huh. Cannot use the internet. Ooh.
Well, hello there, Sir Lancelot. Don't worry, you won't be boring your sword this time.
Did you do that as a kid? I would have done the same. I think I would have tried to hide in there, like you see sometimes in films, when people hide in armor stands, and then move when someone runs by. That's what I would have done as a kid.
Hi, Dad. I've been thinking about Mum lately. I wish I knew more about her. How did you meet? What was she like? Winston told me that she was a brilliant artist. Are some of her paintings locked up in the West Wing? And I guess I just want to know, did she love me, Dad? Did she ever say that she did? Maybe I'm just being silly, but will you tell me more about her the next time I'm home from school?
Okay, we know now how they met in the library. Okay. Nothing else here. Why is she looking there? Just because.
Lara, I've reviewed the report from your therapist. I have to say I was surprised to see a clean bill of health. I somehow doubt you've so easily abandoned your irrational claims. Indeed, where have you been the past few weeks? My secretary discovered that you booked a flight to Turkey on the 20th. You can't have been simply sightseeing, as your customs claims suggest. I know you're up to something, and I'll be damned if I let you use the Croft assets to indulge the same obsession that led to my sister's death. It's not too late to relinquish your claims on the Manor voluntarily. If you refuse, I will find a way to cut you off. Sincerely, Atlas.
Huh, someone who doesn't like us. I don't know how I feel about keeping this old manor, but one thing is clear to me. I need Uncle Atlas out of my life for good. Okay. There are numbers, but I don't think that they matter. The address numbers. That would be weird, wouldn't it? Okay, nothing here.
The
Oh,
Grand Hall. Always loved playing in here as a kid. This will be one of the first things to fix.
not that grand anymore. Why is this estate in such a bad shape? Because of the fire? Huh. Wow. Is there something behind there? No, it doesn't seem so. Danger.
Lara, you know the West Wing is off limits.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to see.
We've been through this.
Was Mum's room in here?
Just stay out of there, darling.
Dad was always so protective of the West Wing.
What's in the West Wing? Paintings? Missing gear. Master key. Ooh. Cannot proceed here.
This belongs to Anna. Most of her belongings are in the guest house. What was she doing in here?
Smoking, right? Stop smoking. Love R. Hey, come on.
Someone has a sense of humor.
That's all her crap. Okay. Ah, British weather. I think that's a fair representation of it.
A phoenix figurine. I bet this appealed to Dad's idea of immortality, of rising from the ashes and being born anew.
Wasn't that what the Deathless did? And that's not a life you want to have. Let's have a look down there.
What are you doing sitting there on the floor, Mistress Lara?
Looking at the compass, thinking.
What about, if I may inquire?
Just thinking about discovering faraway places, about finding adventure.
I'm sure you will, my lady. You've the soul of an explorer. But don't grow up too fast.
Oh, the butler! He was always a part of the old Tomb Raider games, and now he's gone. Only a memory.
Got to remember to pack this for my next trip.
What's that? I think a flashlight or something? I don't know. Ah, a flashlight. Oh, I can use it. The flashlight
Should
will
be
turn
able
on
to explore the
automatically.
dark now.
Awesome. Access it. Yeah, I know. I'm exploring.
Hey Jonah, sorry for not getting back to you sooner. I've decided to do some research at the Manor. A lot has happened and I need some time to think about what I want to do next. This old place is filled with memories and secrets. Uncle Atlas has tried to keep me out of here for so long I don't even know if I want to keep it. But after everything that's happened, maybe I can find out what it still means to me. If it's worth fighting him for. I'll let you know how things worked out when I'm back in London.
Of course you keep the manor. This is an awesome house. I mean, it used to be. I would keep it.
Lara, since your return from your expedition to Yamatai, I've grown increasingly alarmed at your erratic behavior. I can only assume you suffered some kind of psychological trauma and are only acting out as a call for help. I want you to know that I hear you, loud and clear. Anna and I agree that it's time for you to be evaluated by a professional. I took the liberty of arranging an introduction to a highly qualified colleague of mine. You should be receiving the details in the post soon. I want to impress upon you the importance of this, Lara. As executor of the estate, it is my duty to see that it is left in capable hands. And if I may be blunt, you're acting like your father when he was at his worst. He nearly lost the manor himself in those days. I'd hate for you to repeat his mistakes. I encourage you to embrace the help I'm offering. Sincerely, your uncle.
Rah, he's a creep.
Another one of Dad's immortality artifacts. I think Roth bought this for him from a trader in Greece.
So it's fake. Is there something written there? No, nothing one could read. Huh. Wasn't that the kitchen back there somewhere? Why is the kitchen blocked off? I'm hungry. Oh man.
The offer came in the post last week, and I still haven't told Richard. He flew ahead to Tibet, where I will meet him shortly. I never told him I was submitting my work. Never thought there was a chance of being accepted. Oh, but a gallery tour is not something I can pass up. The show will take me away from England for over a year. I'll begin in New York and travel across the United States and... Oh, God! I'm giddy even writing these words. When Richard and I were married, I was prepared to relegate my painting to a hobby. But it was Richard who objected, who gave me my atelier and studio. Without that support, I might still be painting boring landscapes. Now I can't shake the foolish sensation that leaving would be a betrayal. He will laugh at that and insist I accept, even though I know it will break his heart to be apart. He never once asked me to sacrifice any part of my life for his. I have, of course, in 1,000 small ways over the years, but he would never ask. The discussion can wait, and I will join him in Tibet. I won't cast a shadow over his find. I will be by his side in his triumph, as I know he will stand by my side, in time.
So she was an artist. Where are her paintings then? I mean, if this is the West Wing, we cannot kind of explore it. There's only the gallery up there, nothing else, no rooms we can get into. Oh.
Not sure. I really need to brush up on my ancestors one of these days.
And there's also nothing written on it. He looks a bit grim, doesn't he? Nothing here. Okay. I think all we can do is search for the... Oh, will it open at some point? North. Yeah, it's true. If this is the West Wing, that is an accurate compass. Okay, so we explored that hallway. And we really... Oh, we can proceed. Okay. Then we go first into the library, maybe? Now I'm intrigued. So we came from here, and this is where we need to go. Okay.
Amelia, the news has reached Mother. She knows that you broke off your engagement with the Earl of Farringdon. She is beside herself with worry. But, for the moment, she's controlling the narrative. As far as anyone knows, you're just having innocent second thoughts. But the moment your affair with Lord Croft goes public, it will be too late. Our name will be as ruined as this man you've chosen to bed. Don't you see that you're being selfish, Amelia? Please, consider your family. You're a de Mornay. Everything you do has a greater effect on us all. I'm coming down to London soon. Don't do anything rash until we have a chance to talk.
Ooh, someone's getting angry. Okay. There are candles? That's pretty dangerous with all these wooden beams up there. Nothing here. Nothing on the shelf. Woo! That scared me.
Falling apart. Maybe I should just let my uncle have this place.
No, you renovate it. It might be beyond renovation because of the leak in the roof. Oh goodness, what's down there?
They say a good test of a relationship is how well you travel together. Well, I'd say Amelia and I have passed that test with flying colors. Indeed, these last few months in Egypt have been nothing short of extraordinary. She and Roth get on like old uni chums. In fact, the two have spent more than a few nights drinking and playing cards into the wee hours. Despite her decidedly proper upbringing, Amelia's taken to roughing it more than I ever have. She fits in and connects with the local populace with such amazing empathy. Because of her, I've had a bit of an unexpected breakthrough in my research. She managed to convince an artifact dealer in Old Town to sell me a magnificent and quite unusual Tibetan scroll. From what I can tell, it seems to contain details surrounding an immortality ritual of some sort. I think it's time for me to take the next step with Amelia. In fact, I don't think I can wait any longer. I will ask for her hand tomorrow in the bright Egyptian sun amidst the dust and ruins.
Oh, how romantic.
I'm not surprised he asked her to marry him as soon as he got the idea.
Closed. Still, we need the master key. It might be in the library. Right? Can I break any walls? That wouldn't be healthy for the house. Ah, there's the wine. Is there still some good wine down there?
Amelia, I know we have had our differences in recent years. I've tried my best to keep an open mind about your relationship with Richard, but I just can't let you go on this ill-conceived expedition without saying my piece. You say Richard's theories have merit. You say that he may have actually stumbled upon some mythic, unknown truth, but I have seen nothing to support such claims. And while your word may have been enough in times past, I cannot let you squander away what remains of your name and reputation, and that of our family, truth be told, on some damned foolish crusade. I intend to go to Richard's investors and let them know exactly how he's spending their money, but I want to give you a chance to put a stop to this yourself. Please, don't go to Tibet. If not for me, at least for Lara.
He should stop interfering. Ooh, there's a rat. Okay.
Still just as creepy as I remember.
It's not creepy. There's so much wine. Look at that. Try some. Wow. Candles. More wine. That is awesome. Ooh, what's that? I can move it. Okay, we do that in a second.
My lord, I hope this missive finds you on a successful expedition and in good health. Before I bore you with estate affairs, I wanted to let you know that our little angel has been into some mischief. As always, I indulged her in our usual game of chess. Over the course of the game, she broached the subject of her mother. She's having trouble remembering her now, and wanted to enter her ladyship's atelier, which you sealed off, to play on her mother's piano. It enraged her when she wasn't allowed to go in, of course. For someone so young, she has such strong emotions. Later in the day, she set a trap for me in the walk-in freezer, of all places. Before I knew what was happening, I found myself locked inside. Mrs. Sheffield discovered me an hour later, shivering and somewhat peeved. It took us an additional hour to find Lara in the grounds. I know all her hiding places, of course, but this time she really did not want to be found. Call it years of observation, but I can tell when she's out of sorts. My lord, if I may be so bold, she misses you fiercely. She is lonely for her father. Please consider a call as soon as you are able.
Aw, good Winston.
Poor Winston. I remember being so angry. He was always so patient with me.
There are roaches. But putting him in a freezer? That could have killed him. Now where can I move that thing? That's okay.
King to Queen 1. We're going to win this time, Winston.
Clever girl. But you should know by now, winning isn't everything. Queen to King's Bishop 6. Check.
Easy for you to say. You always win. Knight takes Queen.
What I mean to say is try to enjoy the journey, Lara. Don't rush to victory. Bishop to King 7.
I know, Winston. I just want... Oh no! I didn't even see that!
You should also know by now, I'm not to be trifled with on this board, young lady. Mate.
Oh, I am going to win. Someday.
Aww. And a reminder to play the game slowly and mindful. A crowbar. A crowbar. I need a crowbar here too, right? Why did I even try? I do not know. That wasn't very mindful. Okay. Why did they play here? Amongst the wine bottles. That is weird.
I would play chess with our old butler Winston on this board. Never could beat him. I always chose white. Maybe if I let him go first once in a while, I might have won.
There are 2 kings on the board? Huh. I don't know. I don't play chess. Okay, cool. So we need to find a crowbar. And the master key. I mean, the master key is most probably in the library. It rhymes. And what rhymes is good.
I'm at a crossroads now. Good lord, that's such a cliche. But there's truth in it. 2 roads before me. Both present joy and compromise. A life with Richard, adventure, intellectual pursuit, perhaps a new family. But also a man obsessed with something I cannot understand. Or a life of obligation, upholding the de Mornay name, embracing our traditions, not losing the family that raised me. Oh, this really is a rubbish choice. I don't want to lose them, but I love the life I've started to build with Richard. He comes with his own difficulties, but I can accept them. Will it be enough?
So she was not into that game. That's good to know. We didn't find any number yet. There's a journal. And I think there we have to continue.